Bruh, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1974 is absolutely insane. So as you all know, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022 is now available on Netflix. And in order to watch the sequel adaptation, I had to watch the 1974 classic. Now, I did watch this like way back in 2014, 15, 16, that time frame, but I didn't really remember what happened in it, so it was nice to go back and refresh my mind, and I'm so glad I did, because this movie is honestly my new favourite horror film. It has the tension, it has an interesting direction in terms of the kills and like the killer himself, Leatherface. Though I thought it was weird how there was technically three killers. If you've seen the ending of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, you'll know what I mean. So yeah, the story is that these guys, or a group of people, are on like a journey to this girl's grandpa's place. I'm assuming that's what I gathered from it. And along the way, they come across this really weird psycho guy who just like slits the palm of his hands with that guy's knife. It was, oh man, there was a lot of moments in this movie where I sort of cringed, but it wasn't a bad cringe. This was a horror cringe, where it's like, oh my god, that is actually really disturbing. Yeah. And I remember when I first saw Leatherface in this movie, when he was hiding in that house, and I was like, oh god, he is gonna fuck you up, buddy. Speaking of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre ending, it was really not what I was expecting. I don't know what I expected from the ending of this movie. But so basically Sally was tied up to like a chair, and they slit her finger, and it was kind of yeah, it was interesting. I wouldn't really say, in terms of jump scary parts, I wouldn't necessarily say this movie was the most jump scariest movie of any horror, but it had the horror. It was really well directed for the time. You gotta remember, this was 1974. The horror back then is completely different, as you know, to now. And yeah, there was a lot of interesting moon shots, and there was a lot of moments where I thought characters were gonna die because of the way it was shot when they actually didn't. Yeah, oh yeah, also the apparently Leatherface stores people in like these fridge container things. Yeah, he has a weird thing. Yeah, overall, what would I give the Texas Chainsaw Massacre? I'd give it a solid 7 or 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed this film. More than I was expecting to, honestly. This is a movie which I personally never really wanted to watch for some reason. Like, you know, if Halloween or Scream or Friday the 13th is interesting compared to those movies. It's got a different feel. I also like the part at the beginning of the movie where it tells you in that really eerie voice what's going on and how this movie plays out. So yeah, really thought this was a solid classic movie. Will be rewatching it at some point. Probably closer down the line this time. And of course, I'll be watching the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022 on Netflix later. Please, no spoilers. And yeah, peace.